Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome to Guns N' Roses Central. And I want to do something in a follow-up to the story that we broke earlier this week about Slash actually recording at Axl's house this past weekend. And I want to reveal what I think are 7 possible theories as to what's going on with new Guns N' Roses material and what this news could mean. And I want to hear from you guys. What are your theories? So some of these came from the MyGNR forums, which I agree a lot with. And let's go with theory number 1. And this is a popular theory. It seems like every time a major soundtrack is about to come out, like Deadpool 2 came out and Slash was spotted on set, Jeff and I have this back and forth where it's like, okay, they're doing a song for a movie. Now, theory number 1 is that Guns is working on a single song for a new Terminator movie that's coming out this fall. Now, if you guys remember, Guns N' Roses licensed their song You Could Be Mine from Use Your Illusion 2 for use in James Cameron's Terminator 2 movie back in 1991. In fact, it was kind of the way they premiered the first song off the record. So in addition to that, the music video also featured Arnold himself and lots of footage from the movie. It's also a coincidence that last September, Arnold was in Budapest, Hungary, filming the new Terminator, and he was spotted wearing a Guns N' Roses shirt, as you can see here. Now, this shot was taken while he was biking around Budapest and probably wasn't a shot within the actual movie. Now, while James Cameron isn't directing the film, he is a producer on it, and he said he wants to take the movie back to its roots. I think there's a good possibility we could see a Guns N' Roses song included in the film. The film is set to be released in late October, early November, which is around the time that Guns N' Roses are going to be doing those festival dates they've announced so far. So I think it would be an ideal time for them to premiere that song if it is in fact going to be in a new Terminator movie. Let's go to theory number 2, and that is that Guns N' Roses are working on a live record or a live DVD Blu-ray release. Now, it's been speculated for a few years that Guns N' Roses would be releasing a live DVD or a live concert from the recently completed Not in This Lifetime tour. Now, there were rumors way back in 2016 when Guns N' Roses were playing Dodger Stadium. Somebody had spotted a sign saying the gig was being filmed for a future release, and some people even thought that the Troubadour show would be released as well, but nothing's been officially confirmed. It's also coincidental that at the same time, a lot of fan footage from the recently completed tour has been pulled from YouTube by the copyright holders. Now, the same thing happened last year prior to the Appetite for Destruction reissue being released, and that's the only reason I could speculate why a live version of Coma from the recently completed tour would be pulled off of YouTube. In addition to that, it's also possible that Slash is doing overdubs on his live parts, and given the fact that the band is playing festivals in late September and early to mid-October, it seems like the perfect time for them to possibly do something with a new release. So we'll have to see what they're up to. So theory number 3 is that Slash is working on Chinese Democracy leftovers. So a few months prior, in March of 2019, Guns N' Roses' former manager Alan Niven gave an interview where he discussed a recent conversation he had with Slash, saying that, well, it isn't so much my take, it's what Curly, now Alan Niven refers to Slash as Curly, and he said, it's what Curly said to me last time I saw him, which was when he came through Phoenix here just a few months ago, referring to a show he attended by the Conspirators. He told me that basically Axl Rose was in isolation going through stuff that was recorded but not used on Chinese Democracy. You know, if I'd been making the comment, the next record might as well be called Chinese Leftovers. I'm not just trying to be cynical, taking a poke at him, though obviously I am in a way, but out of Slash's mouth, that is what is going on, and he didn't seem too thrilled about it. Also, you know Duff McKagan, love him to death. Is this Duff the accountant we're listening to, Duff the PR guy, or Duff the rock and roll bassist? Can he contribute to some new material, something new and wonderful? Theory number 4 is that Slash is working on brand new material with Axl Rose. Now, all the things that we've heard so far from past interviews indicate that Axl Rose has a lot of leftover material to work on, and that is the case, but perhaps they're starting from scratch as well. So based on Slash's previous interviews, he had previously stated that the band wouldn't start talking about a new record until August and September of this year when he's off the road with the Conspirators and back home. But it's important to note that Duff won't be back home until early September when he finishes up his tour promoting his upcoming solo record Tenderness, which comes out May 31st. Theory number 5 is a bit out there, but it is that Guns N' Roses are working on a Marc Bolan tribute project. So if you guys remember that crazy rumor last year that said Guns N' Roses would be recording the T-Rex song Children of the Revolution for a T-Rex tribute record, Well, when the director behind the project denied that Guns N' Roses were involved, he did let something slip that Axl Rose was supposedly working on a separate Marc Bolan project, and here's what he said. They are not on the record referring to Guns N' Roses. In fact, Children of the Revolution is done by pop star Kesha with a live orchestra that features Wayne Kramer and LA's Jack Band that has members of Elvis Costello's and Jackson Brown's band. He then went on to say there is a rumor that Axl Rose recorded that song for a different Marc Bolan project without GNR, but again, it is not ours. So he does say that Axl is recording without GNR, but who knows, maybe he changed his mind. So theory number 6 is one that could be true because there is a big coincidence here, and that is that Guns N' Roses are working on material from their aborted 1994 to 1996 sessions. So late last year, or it might have been earlier in the year, we reported a news story of a guy who claimed he had some of the recordings from Guns N' Roses they did from 94 to 96, including some of the Izzy 95 material he wrote with the band. I've included the photo here, and the material is apparently from Rumbo Recorders. Apparently someone from Guns N' Roses management got in touch with this guy and picked up the tapes, and here's what the guy had to say about what took place. He said, so last year when Guns N' Roses did their LA shows, a couple of fans from this page, referring to the My GNR page, decided to come by my warehouse for a visit. While looking around, they saw a row of tapes and they took a closer look. Next thing I know, they are taking pics with the tapes and saying Rumbo tapes. I've been to Rumbo many times, so it meant nothing to me, but I did mention it to a GNR crew member. He mentioned it to management, and the next thing I knew, there was a guy at my warehouse picking them up, cataloging them, and bringing them to a safe storage. I had them for over 20 years, so now they're safe, and maybe some new old music will be forthcoming in the coming years. Now, based on interviews Axl gave in 2008 on different forums, he said the 94 to 96 sessions was very blues sounding and mostly consisted of Slash's material, but interviews that Slash gave in 96 before he left the band said that they were mostly working on Axl's material. Now, theory number 7, this one's kind of a weird one, is that Slash is working on New Conspirators material. Now, we know he's already started writing stuff for the new album, and it would be kind of weird for him to go record it in Axl's studio because Slash has said in recent interviews that he has his own home studio, so I don't know why he would have to go to Axl's studio. But those are my 7 theories as to what's possibly going on with this Guns N' Roses recording. I would love to know from you guys, what do you make of this news and which theory do you think is most plausible? And is there anything maybe I missed? Do you guys have any additional theories? Let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe if you love Guns N' Roses as much as I do. Take care.